Oh my god, what amazing work. Oh, Jesus. Oh, greetings, and welcome to another episode of Arcanum's Review. Now, tonight we are going to be talking about probably one of the best fanfics I've read in a long time. And believe me, if you check out my account on FimFiction, that's saying something. The fanfic we're going to be talking about is called Maledictum Insania, the creation. This is the first fic of a massive lineup, at least 4 fics altogether, each possessing a tremendous word count and an insane amount of creativity. This one is a fanfic that covers the transition between Luna and Celestia's original relationship and what eventually led up to Nightmare Moon's rise. However, they take an unexpected turn toward it. For starters, Luna ends up creating a demonic, or rather I should say Nightmare Moon ends up creating a demonic army. But I'm getting a bit ahead of myself here. Oh, man. So bear with me, everybody. In this one, we first see Luna's issues as she is desperately trying to deal with crippling loneliness. After all, as we are all aware, Luna had to put up with the fact that ponies sleep at night. It's unfortunate, but yes, that happened. So, she spends every evening in complete silence and loneliness. Imagine pretty much putting all your work into making something truly amazing, whether it be an amazing YouTube video, an incredible fanfic, or any form of media, be it an art piece, or heck, a project for school. You put your all into it and make it as amazing and spectacular as you can, and no one acknowledges it. No one even notices it. I could so relate to Luna in this regard. Anyway, it eventually gets, she pretty much has to deal with the fact that even her sister, Celestia, doesn't really have the time to spend with her. This originally made me want to walk into the fanfic and give Celestia a swift punch in the face, but it turns out that Celestia is so distant because she's emotionally drained from trying to keep an entire country from imploding on itself after years upon years upon years of intertribal feuding. After all, I don't think anyone wants the bloody Wendigos coming back. Anyway, in fact, Celestia starts to actually envy Luna for having so much private time. But, shifting back to Luna, she becomes so desperate for companionship that she considers creating a pony. One that operates at night. Now I know what you're thinking, and no, she doesn't end up creating a bat pony. Though that would actually be an interesting little thing to throw in here. But no, that's not the route the writer took. And honestly, I'm kind of happy they didn't. Anyway, it takes Luna 100 years to master the magics needed to perform this ritual. And, well, she gets it all put together, attempts to make it, but instead ends up creating a dud, and throws a reasonable temper tantrum as a result. This causes the dud to explode and become a voice in her head. Now, this can look and sound a lot like an allegory for schizophrenic depression, and I take it as such. Because gradually this voice becomes more and more manipulative and corrupting, until eventually Luna is on the verge of a complete and absolute mental breakdown. Ironically, the one time Celestia finally manages to pull her head out of her plot and question Luna's mental state, one of Celestia's very own maids, her top maid, by that point, mind you, looks straight at Luna and asks her who she is. This completely breaks Luna, and of course, Celestia is muzzle deep in a mountain of paperwork and doesn't notice this change in her sister's personality. So, Celestia goes off to take care of some sort of foreign diplomatic matters, and leaves her maid in charge of waking Luna up in time to set the moon and raise the sun. You could probably tell this didn't exactly end well. But honestly, I didn't expect it to go quite as horrendously as it did. Specifically with Luna murdering a large quantity of guards and turning the head maid into a, well, I guess the right word would be side dish? Plaything? A little bit of both. And, well, on top of terrifying her sister, Luna, and now at this point Nightmare Moon, bursts free, and while Celestia goes out and tries to rally her ponies to beware of her sister's mental breakdown, they yet again look at her like she's insane and ask her if, well, they straight out tell her that they didn't know she even had a sister. I think this is the writer's way of saying karma can be a tremendous bitch, because Celestia was so busy trying to focus on repairing and building up her country that she neglected to mention to every pony that, one, she has a sister, and two, well, that they better give her some respect. Unfortunately, one village in particular, well, they got to meet the new Luna, and the new Luna got to eat most of them, and even create the first of her many demonic soldiers, the Slendermane. Yeah, I want to snap that bastards. Anyway. After a while, she creates more demons, kills more ponies, and eventually gets an idea. First confronts Sombra while he's still in his prison to obtain his knowledge of curse magic, and through that create something even worse than the demons. Near immortal, omnivorous, heartless, and downright soulless killing machines called Reapers. Meanwhile, Celestia is pretty much bashing her head against the wall trying to find out how to counter this problem. How to save her sister, everything. By this point, Ponykind had been reduced to less than 1/10 of its maximum population. Eventually, she figures out the weakness to the demons and challenges her sister to a fight. without realizing that Luna had mastered the art of curse magic. When Celestia sealed Luna in the moon, Nightmare Moon released one last spell. A curse that would cause anyone in Equestria to fall victim to insanity and turn into a demon. On a side note, we also end up meeting Pinkie Pie's ancestor and Mr. and Mrs. Cake's ancestors, who are cannibals. Yes, the story behind Lindy Pie is one I found very interesting and kind of unnerving, but in a good way, to be honest. But, of course, they still left the Reapers, which were, again, pretty much immortal. So, since they were following Luna, and Luna is technically Celestia's sister, they were able to side with Celestia. Now, I'm not going to spoil everything here, but I'm just going to say that the curse surrounding the Reapers is extremely intricate, and damn near terrifying if not monitored carefully. But this I will leave. Sorry. I'm a little jumbled up here because this is a really good fic. Overall, I can say this fanfic is the epitome of a well-done grimdark. Equal amounts of gore, great fear, and the love of God. No attempt to rip off cupcakes. Ugh, I always get so sick of seeing something try to one-up cupcakes and just make something even worse. Problems with this fic? Well, I can honestly say, aside from maybe the of-off error, there really isn't any. It's not overly massive with this thing. I mean, this thing isn't overly massive in terms of chapter content. Each story is cohesive and incredibly well interwoven with each other. Sorry. And it's, well, very, very well written. This fanfic has automatically earned a 10 out of 10. And that's pretty much all I can say. It's a really good fic, and I highly recommend it. Now, like always, like, comment, subscribe, and if you're feeling generous, stop by my Patreon account and leave a little donation. After all, like I keep saying, every little bit helps. Also, don't be afraid to stop by my account on FimFiction, Arcanum Fantasy, to check out some of my own works, and maybe even look at some of the other stuff I might be reviewing later on in the future. Now, until next time, sleep well, everybody.